Hey everyone, how are you doing? This is a video for week 1 for Algebra 2A students from a live class. Just getting into the Desmos activity called Land the Plane. So the whole point of this is just to get you some review, get you thinking about linear equations and this idea of straight lines, slope, and kind of moving things around. So here we go. We're on screen 101 and we've got a plane. We've got to make sure it lands on the runway safely, right? If I start it right now, that plane will fly and completely misses the runway. So I'm going to reset it, and I need to think about where I should move it so that he does land on the runway. Whoops, and apparently I didn't do that one very well either. So let's try adjusting it down a little bit, and we'll see. All right, green lights, I'm good. So we're going to use the power of algebra and linear equations to help do this a little bit better on all of our screens. So I'm going to go to the next slide here. Line 2. So lines can help be more precise. Here we got an equation, y equals 15 minus x, and move the plane so it lands safely. So how would I interpret this? 15 minus x, if you think about a slope-intercept form, let me get my pen out. If you have anything in y equals mx plus b form, which is a hallmark of linear equations, m is your slope. It's your constant rate of change, right? So it's the number in front of x. In this case, my line or my slope is -1. B is your y-intercept. It's telling you a starting point, a fixed point to work around. So in this problem, my y-intercept is 15. So using that, I can help think about now where I want to put my plane. We're going to start it up here at a value of 15. Let's see what's going on. It's already following the slope for me, but putting it 15 gives it the right starting point. So I'm feeling pretty happy about that one right there. So now I want to find an equation of a line that lands the plane safely. So let's think about this red line here. Again, to be safe, I want my plane to go right along there. So I want it to start at a value of 6 and to go at the right angle for 1 on. So let's do one exercise together. Let's figure out where does the plane need to start and what angle does it have to go on to land right there. So I'm thinking, I got some points to kind of help me guide right there that I can click on. But I can also use this dotted line. It looks like there's going through a point right here, which would be at 8 and 9. So it looks like if I draw in, I want my plane to go through that point right there. And that has a coordinate of 8 along my x value and a value of 9 for my y value. So now, to go through that point, let's figure out the slope. Well, it looks like if I continue on, it keeps going along this line, right? So we can use that little white line to help me find other points. And if I think about my slope as how much I change along my two axes, it goes over 2 values for x and it goes up 2 values for y. So that would be a change in 1 for my y values and a change in 2 for my x values. And my slope is always the change in y divided by the change in x. So my slope of this line is going to be 1/2. It goes over 2 and up 1. And there's a couple other different ways. I got one point. I can kind of keep working my way backwards then to find the y-intercept. And I would say my y-intercept is probably going to be at 5. So let's try that out. Let's try out the equation y equals 1/2 x plus 5 and see what we get to here. Okay, so y equals 1/2 times x plus 5. It made a nice line for me, so we can actually see, like, okay, that line looks pretty good. Let's submit it. Let's land the plane. And my plane is good. So this is what you're going to do. It's just going to get you thinking about slopes, get you thinking about linear equations, writing functions. You can test it to see if your plane lands. Hopefully you guys don't crash a million times. But have fun and let me know if you have any questions.